Yo, mambo vipi? Wananiita mjukuu mfalme, karibu sana to another conversation, na tutakuwa napiga story na deputy presidential candidate wa Roots Party. Ameweza kuwa on the headlines for quite some time now, na election tumeweza kuimaliza, lakini sasa tupo naye hapa tuweze kupiga story kidogo. A lot have happened in the political world, lakini leo tuko hapa kuweza kuzungumza naye kidogo akaweze kutuelewesha. Karibu sana. Tutajitambulisha manake sitaki kusema majina yako.
Sawa. Asante sana, naitwa Justina Wangwe Mai, former running mate wa Roots Party, presidential candidate. Na nimekuwa hapa, in fact hapa the stand for the first time nilizinduliwa. Kwa hivyo I'm happy to kurudi nyumbani na kuleta report venye iko.
Welcome back, we are happy to see you.
Yes. I'm humbled. Thank you for having time for me. Sasa tuone going forward hii nchi itaendaje.
What I wanted to hear ama kusikia kutoka kwako, tayari umesha mention kwamba former, tayari ushakubaliana kwamba nao tuko na president na nao nyinyi identity ya former kabisa ni yako.
Ni vizuri kukubali haraka ndio Kenya i move forward. Mimi niliona tulishindwa na president elect alishinda clean. Na hata mahakama ilituambia hivyo. Kwa hivyo nimekubali hiyo title. It served the purpose, lakini election imeisha.
So one of the biggest things ambayo kwa siasa inakuanga ni kuna ile watu wanajiuliza kwamba as a politician, do you sometimes in the political world, do you see yourself ukienda ku lose ama mnaonanga optimistic kwamba everybody is going to get this?
Mtu wana mali unaenda ku lose. Wakati tulionekana kama project ama party leader akasema patieni Raila Amolo Odinga kura, that one nilijua we are losing because kutoka hiyo wakati wakile Wakenya walikuwa na print t-shirts za face yake walichoka na wakaanza kututusi project. Kwa hivyo mimi hiyo moment June 30th ndio basi nilijua tushapoteza hii election.
So that is when pia ukaamua ukasema, because ikasemekana kwamba yeye ameenda kwa Azimio, sasa wewe ukajump ship ukaingia Kenya Kwanza. Was that true?
Mimi siku jump ship. Nilisema if push comes to shove, na hiyo push haikufika. But tunaona yeye mwenyewe amesema juzi wako na 6 million votes. Lakini tunajua 6 million votes zilikuwa za Azimio. So labda there is something he knew that I didn't know.
Probably have you not received a brief? Manake you are part of the party na sahi as it stands, these briefs you also must have them.
The same way nili receive letter disciplinary on social media is the same way I used to receive most of the information. Hata hiyo 200 million alikuwa anasema alikuwa anahongwa nayo. Mimi sikujua, nilisikia in the public domain. So I can say what you need to do is strengthen political party systems. Isikuwe ati mtu anaona chama ni yake, ikuwe chama ni ya kila mtu. Mtu asiseme ati hana secretariat iko kwa kichwa yake. Let us strengthen political parties in this country because political parties ndio zinazaa governments. Kwa hivyo I think reforms as a country nafaa ku change to strengthen political parties.
So in talking about that, unaweza sema what was the weakest point ya Roots Party?
Supporting Azimio in public. That one was what we lost it. That was our weakest link.
Right now we have a new president in office. You guys have a manifesto ambayo mlikuwa promise Kenyans and all the things you are going to do. Given a chance, what can you share to the new government kutoka kwa manifesto yenu? Mnasema kwamba if they have to borrow, let them borrow this from our manifesto.
Legalization and regulation of industrial hemp. Hatutaita marijuana, industrial hemp. So that you know when you're mengia kwa viti, governors, MP, senators, they can only have one driver, one secretary, but there are so many people who voted for them. So legalizing industrial hemp and growing it, itasaidia watu wengi wapate kazi. We have so much idle land, sisi wenyewe haitumiki, tuna agriculture itusaidii. Lakini fimbo ya mbali haijawahi wanyoka. Fimbo ya karibu ni haya mashamba ambayo tumeacha kuyapanda. So if we can legalize and regulate industrial hemp, also hii maneno ya snake farming, one vial of antivenom is 13,500. Ukiumwa na nyoka you need ideally between 5 to 10 vials. Hiyo ni 135,000. Meaning either kama una pesa unaweza kufa. Na pia there are over 3,000 species of snakes in the world. Tunatoanga antivenom yetu South Africa na India. Meaning ile antivenom unapewa si ya ile nyoka ilikuuma. Hiyo ni close to unaweza kufa. So that we can save the 3 lives zenye zinapotea in every week from snake bites na to lower cost. and we have expertise. Watu wamesoma biochemistry, nchi wamesoma chemical engineering. Tunaweza kuwa na watu tuanze maneno yetu hapa ya snake farming na antivenom. We create employment na Wakenya wapate ajira. So the purpose should be export oriented. Tukishatumia huku tushatumia what we need, the excess tuna export ndio tupate pesa za kigeni.
Manifesto yenu ama most of the ideas ilikuwa ni solution oriented, because Roots Party ilikuwa inaonekana kama a government that is coming in, meaning mko na at least solutions to most of the problems that we have as a country. Right now, wale wako kwa government, do you see them being able to deliver on all the promises they made?
They have no choice because Kenyans voted for them on the assumption that they are going to implement their manifesto. So hizo vitu zote walisema wajue wa Kenya watawajudge. And the good beauty hata nyinyi mnafanya on social media, you summarize for Kenyans. So every Kenyan knows what Kenya Kwanza said. So hawana choice. Inabidi they deliver.
One of the things ambazo zimekuwa zikihappen ni kwamba you have been very vocal on social media. One of the things ulifanya ni congratulate the president-elect wakati nini results zilitoka. That is on August 15 after wame announced bombers. Then juzi after Supreme Court pia you did the same, congratulate. But the August 15 one ilikuletea shida na party. That is when you were summoned and all that. Why do you think party haikuwa inataka that message end out at that particular time?
What I think is during bombers, my party leader alisalimia Ruto na congratulate. So mimi sikufanya anything that hakufanya. Number 2, maybe kumsalimia na kumcongratulate, maybe aliona itamu affect because alikuwa team Azimio. So I think the reason challenge ilikuja kwa sababu yeye alikuwa wameegemea upande mmoja na mimi nilikuwa nimestick that tumepata 61,969 votes. Nadhani hapo ndio difference ilikuja.
So after pale, have you guys had an opportunity ya kukaa chini na probably iron out, because from outside tunaona kama Roots Party there are some issues that are going on. Nyinyi mmekaa chini as a party mkasema let's iron out all this that is happening?
We've not had an opportunity. In fact, I was kicked out as from the party officials. So that goes to show that mtu akisema yeye chama ni yake, ana secretariat kwa kichwa yake. That is why I'm saying we need to strengthen our political parties. Kenya is only 60 years old, but we have 89 political parties. UK, they have 3 parties, and US have 2. Meaning, and they're over 200 years old, these are political parties. Does it mean wananga difference in opinion? They have. But wanajuanga how to iron out. Systems zao ziko strengthened, na mtu asemangi chama ni yangu. Mtu anaendanga na anakaa na watu na mnaona which is the right direction for the party.
So say you are no longer a member wa Roots Party?
I have not. Unajua kuresign chama unafinya *509#. Sijafanya hivyo, lakini I'm no longer an official because nilishatolewa. Alafu pia running mate election imeisha.
So what is preventing you kuto unsubscribe ama kunini?
Nothing is preventing me, but I'm not usually watu wa kuruka nje ati kutoroka ati something. I'm not a coward. Mimi nakaanga hapo mpaka mwisho. But when the time comes I'll resign because already afukuzaya kwambi toka. So the signs are there. In due time I'll do that. Yes.
Due time, should we give you time ama it will come ikikuja?
Itakuja tu because I believed in the manifesto. 61,000 of Kenyans walipatia kura walituamini. So voice yao, they spoke during the election. So what happens to their voice?
Okay. So sawa. So one of the things ambayo watu wamekuwa kiona from your statements that you have been putting across social media, the interviews you have done, watu wanaona kwamba Justina is positioning herself kwamba the next government is being formed. Kwanzia Tuesday tutakuwa na official government after the swearing in. You are positioning yourself so that wakianza kugawa mkate on the new government, Justina can be seen somewhere. How true is this? Na wewe umejiposition kivipi?
I can say it's true. Hakuna ngaja kudanganyana. It's true. Even you, Milimo, when you wanted a job here, you were deliberate about it. But I can also ask Kenyans. My party leader has shown he's supporting Azimio. So kama Azimio ingeingia, angepata pia, angekuwa kwa ugavi wa mkate. So what I'm saying, politics is about positioning yourself.
Yes.
I love being in public service. Not to say that I'm not employed. I work for my husband in excavation and supply of building materials. But my passion is public service. So it's true I'm positioning myself. Like every other person. You've seen everyone who has gone to Karen. So why is it wrong for me to even speak? That shows how women are discriminated in this country. Men can do it, but it's not right for a woman to position. So maybe I'm the first woman to be deliberate about it, but men do it all the time. So there's nothing new there. Yes.
So you have talked about Karen. To expect Karen lini?
What I'll do, jana niliona wametoa advertisement for PS positions, a gazette, special gazette notice. Mimi ndafanya the right thing. I will apply like a normal Kenyan. Every Kenyan has a right to apply. Mtatuma application yangu na hiyo ingine tuachie Mungu.
So which docket are you eyeing kwa hii? Let's say in the Ruto government, docket gani utakuwa unasema mimi if given this docket I can deliver?
Tuseme January advertise PS position na ndio nita apply. But sitajichagulia because president na deputy president ndio wana decide. But ningepewa agriculture. Tuone venye our youth wote wenye walikuwa na support. How can they be made active? Kuna ukweli mama mboga kuna biashara yake, lakini anaafektiwa in terms of cost ya mboga na fuel. Ukweli mtu wa bodaboda akona bodaboda yake, but is being affected in terms of fuel. Unaona? So how can we na kuna wale idol wenye hawana anything wanafanya but they voted for the party. Na venye nisema fimbo ya mbali hayui nyoka. Fimbo ni ile shamba yetu tumeacha idle land. So tukakuwa kwa agriculture, tujaribu kurevive, tuangushe cost of fertilizer. That one would do.
So unasema agriculture, that is where probably, are you a farmer?
I'm a small time farmer, niko na tumboga mboga hapo, but farming, you know, unaendelea ukisoma the new ways of doing it. So I really love farming. And I also remember tukiwa primary, tulikuwa na 4K club. Tulikuwa tunalea rabbits, tulikuwa na kitchen garden hapo nyuma. Hizo vitu zinafaa zirudishwe shule. Ndio hata mtoto akisoma anaona farming is a lucrative venture that you can get into.
Actually, it was revived, I think, a year ago by President Uhuru Kenyatta. So I think it is just something that needs to be kabisa. They need to
ndio hata hiyo club unakumbuka 4K club. I don't know whether you're my age mate, but hiyo 4K club ilikuwa mpaka unalipa sijui 5 shillings unapewa kadi. So that is what we need to bring back in our schools. But pia farmer apatiwe subsidies kama ni fertilizer, kama ni machinery analeta. Ndio watu wache kukua tu just subsistent farmers, wakuwe large scale farmers. Waone, you know, an average age ya farmer in Kenya is 60 years. Meaning, what about the 35-year-old? What about the 20-year-old? They can go into farming, but they need government support. That is what NASMA government should partner with Kenyans to wonder how we can go forward.
So, speaking about probably joining government and all that, mtu atajiuliza, what are you banking on? You as a person, you say, these are my strongholds, na mimi nikipewa hapa, this is I can be able to deliver. Strongholds zako ziko hapa.
One, both book smart and street smart. That one I'm both. And street smart is that I sit where I sit with Kenyans. Hapa chini. Naona wanateseka. And in fact, during the debate, I was caught out of context because I said beard gang. But if you'd listen before I said hata mtu wa mtumba, it's about priorities. Are you going to go buy clothes and you don't have food? If we can't feed our own nation. Unaona on the ground, mama mboga ule anauza hata nyanya anasema kitunguu nyanya imekuwa expensive. So my stronghold is that I relate to the ground and what they're saying. That is my stronghold. My other stronghold is the youth. Vijana wanasema tumesoma hatuna kazi, including their parents who have bankrolled the venture, who took loans. Ndo hiyo help inawangoja walipe. I had help at some point, unaona. I'm also banking on the women. Not all women are employed, not all women are in business. Kuna wale stay at home moms. You depend on your husband's budget. Na unaona venye unga imepanda sahi. Huyo mama akienda anaambia mzee, unga sahi ni 230. Muna uko sana. Even I know most women prefer kwenda supermarket na huyu mzee ajinunulie, musisumbuane. So that is my stronghold. Hao wenye nimewataja ndio stronghold yangu.
Una relate na watu wa chini.
Kabisa.
So by the way, before your point ipotee, umesema they misquoted you pale kwa beard gang. Manake najua hapa ulikuwa utauliza maswali, we have a few here in the office. Na watu wakasema, this is a direct jab at the party leader. Unajua pia ni mtu wa beard gang, unajua?
What I was trying to show is that purchasing power ya Kenyans imeenda chini. Ask someone even who has a salon. You can ask them. Wanasema my customers used to come every 2 weeks. Sasa mtu anakuja after a month. Unaona purchasing juu priorities. Watu wengine wamekata nywele zao because wanaona short hair is more cheap to manage. So it's an issue the purchasing power. So I didn't take a jab at it. Purchasing power iko chini.
Unaweza kukasirikia washindi haije.
Hapana, ili kwa kuonesha some of them out of choice. But kuna wengine ukweli wanasema priorities. Do I make my hair na nyanya ni 10 bob moja na ni kadogo, mboga sukuma zimepanda bei. So that was what I was trying to show, purchasing power.
Hapo sasa tumekuelewa vizuri. Nafikishia message manake Beard Gang walikuwa wamejam sana na wewe. Hauna ubaya. So for you, unajua you in the limelight right now, lakini a few people know details of your family and all that. Kwanza tuanzie hapo. Are you married? Manake mimi tukianza conversation nimesikia mahali umetaja for you work for your husband. Yes. Wacha tuanze hapo kwanza. Family.
I am married to one husband who has been very supportive to me. Hata watu on the campaign trail walikuwa namuona. And then I'm a mother to a 3-year-old girl anaitwa Wamboi. So when I talk about marijuana, I was speaking from a context that I'm a married woman who is a mother. And hatutaki bangi ya consumption. That one was very clear. The bangi we were speaking about was industrial hemp. Na hainanga hiyo ulevi. So and then I'm a daughter. My parents are Christians. My dad sings in a choir. And I'm a sister to one brother who is in Middle East. He's working there. And that is why yesterday, even my tweet, I said, it is good we bought our grass here. Diana alikuwa ametesekea huko Middle East. In fact, she's lucky alirudi akiwa alive. Many of them come back in coffins. So what can we do as this country together partnering with the government? Watu wacha kuona ati agent anakuambia unaweza pata kazi ya 50,000, unaenda huko ni 15,000 unateseka. How can we work in this country that hata kuenda nje ni luxury, si kutafuta employment? Hizo ndio vitu mimi ninaangalia in future.
Unajua hapo before turudi kwa family, this is one of the things ambayo imekuwa ikimake headlines sana. Na year in year out there are Kenyans ambao wanasemekana kwamba they are suffering out there. Kuna wale wanasaidiwa, they come home like Diana, the government was involved and other well wishers and all that. You kama ingetokea kwamba you guys are making this government now, what thing could you have done different in terms of all these struggles ambazo Wakenya wanapitia?
Number one is creating an environment for people to thrive in Kenya. Wasione haja ya kwenda huko nje. But number two, mimi ningekuwa president, ningepick all my ambassadors from diaspora. Kama ni wa Saudi Arabia, ni mtu ameishi Saudi Arabia. Kama ni wa America, mtu ameishi America. Hao watu ndio wako na ground experience ya challenges wana face on the ground. Kwa hivyo hiyo ndio, if I was the president, I would do that. And it's something to consider. Because ukitoa Justin hapo mpeleke Saudi Arabia, I do not relate to the people on the ground. Sijui ya communities wenye wanaishi, ndio wako na WhatsApp group zao na sherehe zao. But hao wenyewe wakakuwa na mmoja wao the in front wanasema huyu ndio suitable for ambassador. I think it will be possible for us to be different. But also cha msingi, we have to strengthen our economy and our shilling. Ambassador wa Saudi Arabia wako na pesa ya mafuta, wetu hana pesa. And they always say put your mouth where your money is. So kama hamna pesa, what can you demand? You know, power comes with money. Power comes with military wear. So kama hamna pesa, you do not expect to be respected. So for heshima, Kenya ipatiwe heshima. We need to also strengthen our currency, strengthen our economy, ndio tupatiwe heshima na watu wengine.
So that tunasema going outside just becomes a luxury,
not getting a job, because the opportunities here in this country tunaweza exploit.
That is a good one. So back to family kidogo. You have been in the limelight right now, but you share very little about your family. Why have you chosen that way?
You know, family for me is very sacred. And then, you know, Kenyans, the way they bash you, all things. So I prefer to people just know I'm married. I'm in the same business. I have a 3-year-old. But all the others, watch sasa wanijua in public light. Yes.
So in the company, umemployiwa ama support system?
I'm a co-owner, but I'm employed. I draw a salary from there. Yes.
which is a good thing.
I can say my husband has been very supportive. He's progressive. Hata kuniallow kukua in politics. And mfalme nikwambia, one thing I learned. Women, we have this tendency. Okay, 2017 when I was running, I was not married. So I made my own decision to do it. And so every woman who's single, you can make your own decision bila kuomba ruhusa. But when I ran for this running me 2022, I was married. And I remember nikifanya interview nikasema, if my husband hangenipea ruhusa, singekubali. Assuming I'd left na kichwa ngumu niseme, it is my vision. And then kuandikwe nimepatiwa accommodation. Your guess is as good as mine about my family. So it's good to, once you're married, know it's a family vision. You have, whatever you do affects a family. Not when I was alone, it was my own decision as a girl. Kivyangu. But whatever you do now once you're married, it is a family vision that should be respected. So I'm very happy that si kutoka kichwa ngumu. I had the blessing of my husband and he's been there with me on the campaign trail. He doubles up as my driver. So tunaendelea vizuri.
So sawa. Mtu atajiuliza pale nyumbani, this is your husband, yeye amekusupport and all that. What was the take of your parents wakati umeingia katika siasa? 2017 ulikuwa, but that was at constituency level. Now this was national politics. What was their take?
My parents tulikosana vibaya. Kwanza maneno ya bangi vibaya sana. My dad sings in a choir. So kama baba kwa choir na mama. So for me tulikosana. It was a personal struggle for me. Tulikosana na my parents juu ya agenda ya bangi. And that is where tulienda JKL. And I had to do my research. When I was joining Roots Party ilikuwa about tutaleta bangi. There was no explanation bangi aje. But for me I went into research, nikaona about species. Nikaona about, ina ulevi. That is why JKL I did so well. And during the debate, because I wanted Kenyans to understand me. Tulikuwa tumemba 20 million Kenyans will be watching. So I wanted the 20 million Kenyans wacha kunijudge vibaya, ati mimi na focus on uvutaji wa bangi. And that is where I went. And after the debate, people were so positive. Na wakaniambia hizo mashamba ya mahindi itusaidie, tunangojea hiyo industrial hemp. So
right now relationship yenu ina stand wapi? Are you in good terms baada the explanation and all that, ama
with my parents?
Yes.
I mean, in good terms. We're in very good terms. And they also joined in and supported me na tukacha kukosana. Because walielewa it was not consumption, it was commercial.
That is a good one. Your family is everything. Na pale nyumbani, if you get the support ya family, inakuwa uko sawa. Yes. Haya. Tukiingia kwa social media, Twitter and Instagram ya kwako, these two platforms, your bios have been authored, but they have different messages. I want to know kwanza, do you author your bios social media pages, ama you have somebody who runs them for you?
I do it myself. Sina pesa ya kulipa watu, so I do it for myself. Na saki mtu anitisha sema I worked for you and I didn't pay you. So basically people tell me give me this job, lakini naambia sina budget. Na hakuna haja tukosane.
Sawa. Tuingie Twitter kidogo. Do you can you remember what your bio says without checking your Twitter?
I lead with ambition. I dream with ambition. Aya. Fungua. Mimi naijua tu. Aya, inakuanga. I dream with ambition, I lead with conviction, and I see myself in a way that people do not see me. And then nikasema ile Robert Greene versus Think Win-Win ya Stephen Covey ya 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Yes.
Now, hapa tumeongelea 48 laws of power.
Yes.
Law number 1 inasema kwamba don't outshine your master. Na unajua watu watachukulia kwamba Justina, with all the interviews she has been doing, or how vocal she has been on social media, in a way she's trying to outshine the master, unajua, and the master in this case being now the Roots party leader, unaona. So what is your take on that? Because now in reference to the 48 laws of power, because this is something that you have put on social, it is something that you understand better.
What my take is, I have not outshined him in any way. If it was the platform for debate, I did not attend the presidential debate. I attended the deputy presidential debate, and that was my duty given your position, your time. going on interview. He's also done more interviews than me. So I don't feel I've outshined. Maybe what Kenyans are not happy about is me saying or speaking the truth. Why didn't Kenyans judge him when he started supporting Azimio? That goes to show that Kenyan women are not carried, are not, yani we are not given, we are not loved. Because I saw a comment and I'll quote, they said, Honorable Martha Karua alileta vitenge. Ruth has underperformed. Justina is outshining the master. Surely those are three women who are so different. Yani hakuna mmoja wetu mliona mzuri. All of us have fault. So I think Kenyans do not appreciate their own women. But we are very we are diverse. We have our own characteristics. But for me, I'm not outshining because he does all those interviews. So I don't know why Kenyans are. But I understand them. It's part of feedback. Yes, but I didn't outshine him because kama ingekuwa outshining, ningeenda presidential debate. Badala ya deputy presidential debate. But mimi nilienda deputy. Role yangu. Let's say I performed well in my role. Number 2. Ndiyo tunaambiwa don't outshine your master. But a master who thinks win-win, like the 7 habits of highly effective people, anajua vision ya chama ndio iko important. So for me, vision ya chama ndio ilikuwa very important. Yes.
Okay. Hapo sawa. Umeji-explain vizuri. Manake I said I will use the 48 laws of power because it's it is something you have put out there on your bio.
I had to put it because I saw the trend. And one thing I learned about Kenyans, wanapendanga kuambiwa ukweli. Others are telling me, wewe unatafuta kazi, true, natafuta. Next, you're training your master. I said, no, you can think win-win. You as a master, you see, even you where you work, I know they are juniors chini yako.
You want everybody to be able.
And they are doing well. Enable them, wapatie capacity. Because the time you think as a team, you win. But ikuja ati tunashindana, you won't achieve anything. Yes.
That is nice. Haya, sawa. Unajua, wakati before you enter into marriage, what were your qualities zenye ulikuwa unaangalia into man unasema mimi mzee he ticked all the boxes? What were your qualities your time?
Number 1, mtu anapenda siasa. Because if he was not pro siasa, I ran for Mavoko MP. He was running for MC in Mudhwani Ward, the same constituency, and we met in politics. And then someone who is a visionary and someone who mentors. Your business, your building materials na excavation, it is his brainchild, and he mentored me into that. For me, mimi nimekuwa mtu wa kufikiria ofisi, but he's mentored me even into business and juakali. So someone who mentors me, someone who grows my mindset, and then he had to be older than me. So he's 5 years older than me. Hizo ndio qualities.
Age, by the way, hapo kwa relationship, does it matter?
I think for me, someone younger ningekuwa intimidating. So afadhali someone older. Afadhali someone older, because of age kuna hiyo respect inakuja.
So with age comes respect.
From my take.
Okay. So another thing, what will you say that is your biggest achievement so far?
My biggest is my family. Family is everything. I've been brought up in a family. My mom and dad have been there. And then having my own family and my daughter is an achievement. It has changed how I see life. Having my daughter, unajua watoto wanaharibingi vitu. Kitambo used to be petty. I wash the house and then my brother anapita hapo anakanyaga. Nilikuwa nakasirika. So my mom would ask, kwani nyumba ikiosha watu wakae nje ama wahame? So I used to be petty in that regard. But now my daughter has humbled me. Unaacha kitu hapo inaharibiwa unanyamaza. So having a family and also in terms of my career, being there as a 35-year-old, let me say it's a head start. And that is why before the debate, someone was telling me, no, why are they putting you in tears? You should be with Rigathi and Martha Karua. But remember, these two have invested in terms of time. 35 years in politics is investment. So for me, is like a head start. Being a 35 there. So I decided to humble myself na nikaenda. Nikashow up. I had to. Ndio watu wacha kusema navutanga bangi. But do you have plans ya kuvuta bangi siku moja? No. Kuvuta bangi, maybe hiyo recreational tutaangalia, but for now purpose yetu ni commercial. Ukiangalia pan paper, tukiwa dogo tulikuwa tunauliza where is paper made, tunasema Webuye pan paper, but they came a law that utakata mti utengeneze makaratasi. So instead of kuharibu environment, why don't we have industrial hemp which makes paper? We stop importing our own paper na to revive economies. Kama ni textile, cotton squeeze itumiki, haipandwi, we can grow industrial hemp which takes 4 months tutengeneze our own textile. So for me itakuwa kuvuta sana ni the commercial aspect.
Okay. Sawa. Haya, generation ya sahi unajua one of the biggest thing ambayo parents they are struggling with the youth. Wanakisia kwamba wanavuta bangi sana. This generation ya sahi. Sijui what could be the solution to this, because unajua as you said mapema people walikuwa wametoa hiyo conversation out of context. What you guys are advocating for na kile wao wanataka. What could be your advice to parents hapa nje wenye wana struggle na watoto wao wanasema sisi watoto wetu hata tutaki kusikia hiyo jina ikitajwa, ikuwe ni industrial ikuwe ni ya kawaida, sisi hatutaki.
Mimi naweza sema I relate to those parents. As a parent is not right unalea mtoto wako alafu anapotelea kwa vitu kama bangi. But the question is we have alcohol, we have cigarettes, we have other drugs that are in place. How can we control the marijuana? Atusemi hizi ziko legal na yet zinadhuru. It goes back to parenting. As a parent unaongelesha mtoto wako unamwambia bangi ni mbaya, sigara ni mbaya, industrial hemp ndio tunataka. But also our parents need to realize that generation yao walikuwa huko juu. Unajua wanaitangwa bloomers. Most parents ni wa 1955 and above. Hii generation wanaitwa generation Z. Sasa mimi niko millennial, watu wa 1987, but from 1997 hiyo generation imekuja, kuna TikTok, kuna all social medias. So our watu wako na so much information that we don't have. So it is either government to control information which is not possible, ama sisi tufundisha watoto wetu, even church, maadili, the right things. Hata shule unaonesha mtoto the vision, but kitu imekila hata vision ya watoto wetu is that even them wako kwa estates, wanaona mtu alikuwa anaenda university anarudi nyumbani amegraduate hana kazi. So the hopelessness ndio inaleta hii maneno. How can we create opportunities? Kama ni creatives, I see youth have cameras nini wameinvest sana but hakuna opportunities. Hizo YouTube ku-exploit, it's something that we need to look at. So parents, cha msingi ni what are the opportunities that are going to be given to the youth, wacha kukua hopeless ati wanasoma na hakuna kazi.
So another thing ni you have been on the news for quite some time. Has all this attention ambayo umekuwa ukipewa, the media and all that, and being on the spotlight all the time, has it affected you in any way?
No, I can say that from the word go, someone told me that media can make or break you. So one thing I learned is to be very consistent. I have always been consistent, and I don't think kuna mtu anaweza pick anything that I didn't say that changed along the way. So I've been very consistent. Okay, of course these days I can't sit somewhere. Like today nimekaa kwa kibanda kingine. I was wearing a hood, eating to take tea. Na nikaanza kwamba this is Justina. So at least imeni put out there. But it's not negative. As long as you're consistent, and then as a leader I respect that I'm accountable to Kenyans, and that is why I have to do the right thing. I have to live to the ideals and aspiration of Kenyans.
Pale social media we have a lot of bullies pale. You ingia mostly Instagram ni wale wase wako na vibe fiti, but when you go on Twitter unapata ni most of the people there they are trolls and all that. How do you deal with social media pressure and all hizi vitu zote ambazo zinakuja kwako?
One thing kwanza ni ku understand Kenyans. There are some Kenyans those who troll you wanatafuta ubabe. Unaona mtu anaona mimi naweza kuwa bingwa kwa social media kwa kutukanana. So badala ukataze mtu achieve goal yake ya ubabe, mwache endelee na hiyo matusi yake because yeye atakuwa ameachieve. So for me what do? I ignore. By the way, I send a post and I don't read comments. So inani affect because maybe kuna watu wako na positive comment lakini sijasoma. But the reason I chose that path, I saw Kenyans used to take screenshots ati wametukana Martha Karua amewa block, and they'd say hey, ameni block, inaonekana ameachieve. So maybe badala ni kublock ni kupe your attention, I ignore you. That has really helped me. So I put something there and I keep quiet. Even my friends know when you're kona namba yangu ya simu. If you take a screenshot ati venye nimetukanwa, block.
So mtu anajiuliza on social media, kama venye umesema people will go on social media, hizo matuzi zote, alafu atakuwa, what could make you block a person on social media? Because wewe umesema si mtu wa kusoma comments and all that. Nini itafanya ublock mtu social media?
Hakuna. Mimi hata kwanza niliona nimeitwa ile jina inaanza na M inaisha na A. Na alafu kesho yake ndio kukaambia nimepewa accommodation. So you get, that is when nilitoka na ubaya, because ningenyamaza ingekuwa true. Hiyo jina M ni wewe, ama nimekuwa intimidated ya kupatiwa vitu. So I don't think there's anything that can make me block, because I do not read comments. But what I'd advise Kenyans, instead of being kutukana na majina mbaya, criticize someone in terms of ideologies, in terms of principle, you know, maturity. Hiyo ndio naweza advise Kenyans, because hao ndio walifanya mpaka the president outgoing atoke social media kumtusi, and he said yeye ameshindwa, and I think ameshindwa kukapo juu kusoma comments. So if you're trying to criticize, please criticize constructively. If you cannot abuse maybe limo like this, then don't do it on social media. I mean, naambia Kenya ndio leaders waweze get information from us. Stop being abusive. Hata wao ni watu. Surely I saw a comment someone saying that no, it is our role to throw out the new president from Twitter. Surely hiyo ni ubingwa gani? No, let's be constructive.
Objective na kila kitu ambacho tunaweka huko kwa social media.
Kabisa, hiyo ndio naweza sema.
Pale kwa wakati mna campaign, kulikuwa na the campaign trail and all that. Kwanza kitu ndauliza first ni how much did you spend on your campaigns?
As a party or as an individual?
As a party and an individual. Kama you have the figures for both, well and good.
Okay, I can't know what the party spent, because when I joined the party, mimi nilisema hatuna a lot of money. I was expecting party support, I didn't get. But as an individual, let me not give the specifics, but I can say a campaign entail accommodation, fuel, travel, hizo vitu zote, and my husband footed, and that is why at some point Kenyans stopped seeing me on the campaign trail, because nilikuwa nimeshajiongea, nimesema we don't have a lot of money allocated, na sikupata party support. So what I was using was our personal money na bwana yangu, na mali niliona tunaweza finyika, I would not attend. Yes.
Okay. How many millions are we talking about here?
I won't talk in terms of millions, but what I'll tell Kenyans, campaigns shouldn't be expensive. Campaigns are very expensive because of mobilization. As we saved on that, because tulikuwa tunasimamisha gari mahali, marege zinachapwa, Wakenya wanakuja kusikiza. So I hope we'd run campaigns that are not too expensive, so that tuache kukuwa na issues that kuna corruption, sijui voter bribery. Let it be a civic duty to Kenyans that you vote for someone in terms of ideology and what they're propelling.
Not ile pesa nakuja.
Tukiendelea hivyo tutaisaidika. Mashida bado zitakuwa high cost of living, unemployment. So we need to choose the direction as Kenyans. Na tuseme hii pesa itusaidii, because if you take a 50 bob today until the next election, surely 50 bob inakulisha.
Hata inaisha the same day.
So it's not viable. So let's focus on principle and ideology.
Aya, pale mtaani you said mzae, that is your father, ni mtu wa choir and all that. Wewe kanisa unaenda, ama after kuingia Roots Party ukasema basi?
Bado mimi naenda kanisa hata kama si every day, but every Sunday, but I go to church.
Pale nyumbani familia?
Familia yangu tunaendanga once. We try. Husband ni wa hii kanisa ya Wakikuyu. Wanaitwa wazee wa mbuzi. Wazee wa hiyo mbuzi za Kikuyu, hizi that chama ya Wakikuyu. So yeye huenda hiyo. Yes.
Wengine wewe pia unajaribu, unasema hata
but I'm grounded. I'm in terms of religion, I'm grounded.
That is a good thing. Unajua familia pia ikijengwa na misingi ya all that. So tumongelee story ya Saudi. You have said one of your own pia amefanya kazi huko and all that. Na hiyo ndio imekuwa pia na make news sahi. So nataka tuiweke tu like on its own, tuipatie hiyo advice to the people who are going to work there, na wewe unaona solution itakuwa ni nini?
hata wenye wanaenda kuwako huko atuta advise sana because how they meet agents.
Yes.
You know, most of them go through agents.
Yes.
My advice is to agents, be honest to Kenyans. Wacha kuwadanganya you learn 100,000, you learn 50,000. Remember tuko na challenge huko. Yes. Tell them the truth, tell them the working conditions. Ndio mtu akienda huko asipigwe na butwa. Yes. Me, that is my advice is to the agents. But my advice also to government. Can we have so many opportunities here that a Kenyan akienda nje, why don't we see Waarabu kuja kufanya kazi Kenya? Yes. Because they have their own money, their government is taking care of them. We should strive the same. Watu wakienda nje ikuwe leisure, not kutafuta kazi. Yes. So instead of greener pastures nje, let us water our own grass here. Yes. Because watu wetu wanaumia sana. Yeah. I'm telling you, ukienda huko naambia utakuwa na earn 200,000. I have also other relatives who they have worked somewhere 3 months, you've not yet received your salary. Unavumilia juu ukitoka utapoteza pesa. Yes. Then you're paid in kidogo kidogo. So it's even becoming counterproductive. So for me is one, agents tell Kenyans the truth. Yes. Two, government. Let's make sure watu wetu watakuwa naenda kutesekea nje wakitafuta kazi. Let's have opportunities here. We water our own grass. Yes.
A very nice point hapo. Unajua wale ambao wanapanga, manake Kenyans on every day, kuna wale ambao wana travel going outside every day kwenda kutafuta greener pastures and all that. But I think that is a good one. So before we finish, Mimi, I think I will give you an opportunity pia to talk to Kenyans. Manake election tumeweza kumaliza, we had a verdict ya the Supreme Court and all that. Now life has to move on. Sahi, talk to Kenyans uambie a message, probably peace and all that. Alafu tumalize.
Dear Kenyans, let's maintain peace. But cha msingi, you voted. Whether whoever you voted for won or not, it's time to work. Demand more from your leaders. All those promises they told you, kama ni MCA alisema anajenga barabara, aende ajenge, aliwaambia, he promised. So demand more from your leaders because you deserve more from your leaders. But the most important thing is that we should lobby for, because we voted for our leaders, but they cannot all employ us at the CDA for drivers. Lobby for the lobby your leaders so that we can have legalization and regulation of industrial hemp. It's going to be used in reviving our economy in terms of textile, paper, cosmetics. So start the conversation, because unaambia mdosi ama MP, utaniandika sisi wote, utatuandika, mimi ndasaidika aje. So when we lobby it from the grassroots, hata wakenda bunge, they'll come up with laws that are relevant to what we are saying. So mimi yangu ni kuambia, you did not do anyone a favor by giving your vote. Your vote must work for you.
Sawa sawa. Thank you so much. Tukifunga, these 4 people, ile a quick one, you will tell me what you admire about them. Wa kwanza ni President Uhuru Kenyatta. What do you admire about the president?
He demystified the presidency. State House was seen like a dark place. Nini. He has demystified it. Yes. And then also he has grown the economy. He has built roads in areas that they didn't vote for him. Yes. So he's really tried to bring the country together. Yes.
Raila Odinga.
He's very resilient. When I was 10 years old, he was my MP in Kibera. And being on the same ballot paper with him shows that he's very resilient. Yes. President-elect William Ruto. He's a course by itself. Ruto is someone who should even be studied. He's a maverick. He knows what he's doing and what he wants. He goes out and he pushes to have it. I think that's one of the characters I also have. When I want something, I go for it. Yes.
Martha Koome, the president of the Supreme Court.
She's very soft-spoken, but lethal. Yes. Soft but lethal. Yes. In my thinking, I thought she might be intimidated to rule differently, or the part of the Supreme Court judges. But the fact that they had a unanimous vote, soft but lethal. Yes,
soft but lethal. Last but not least, we have Professor George Wajackoyah.
He's a visionary. Yes. Having global exposure, he knew that those ideas will come and help us in terms of our experiences as a country. Yes. So he's a visionary.
Yes. Asante sana. So thank you so much for speaking to us. Mimi wananiita mjukuu mfalme, ama ukipenda unaweza ukaniita Dennis Milimo. We'll see you next time. Asante sana.
Thank you mfalme.